Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Ghostbusters the video game. We've got another level to do. We're investigating this plot by some evil ghost people or sorcerers or whatever. So we're gonna try and destroy that plot and stop it. Let's hop into the next level. We're going back to the Sedgewick Hotel. Wasn't quite sure where we were going.
Whoa. If this place were any more dead, we need a coroner.
Egon used to be a licensed coroner.
No kidding.
It's just a hobby now.
How do you lose your license as a coroner?
Closed until further notice by the Paranormal Contracts Oversight Commission. Peacock. Entrance into this establishment is strictly forbidden and is punishable by fine and imprisonment.
What now?
This notice is for the general public. It doesn't apply to us. We're bonded contractors for the city.
Especially the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
All right, heat 'em up. We'll melt our way in.
Wait, I have a better idea.
Good thing.
So where am I in that scene? The rookie was nowhere to be seen. Did they leave him in the car?
This is disappointing.
No. Disappointing is the Jets losing in the last 2 minutes. Not being covered in slime by phantom ghouls out to kill us doesn't exactly make me reach for a hanky. Why they shut down? You guys didn't bang the place up that bad last time you were here.
If this place is a Mandala node, a few burnt walls and broken ceilings are the last thing that anybody's...
And smashed furniture, broken chandeliers, destroyed paintings, shattered vases, probably some minor structural damage.
Thanks, Egon. My point being that there's more to worry about here than some minor cosmetic issues.
Definitely a mandala node.
If we don't shut down Shandor's Mandala soon, most of Manhattan will become as vacant as this. Not to mention also becoming a bastion of absolute mind-numbing horror for centuries to come.
Hey, I definitely don't lay out $2,000 a month for a 600 square foot walk-up to live in a bastion. Let's get to work.
What was going on with the scene there? It was just like really bright right here. For no reason. Is it the sun? I think it may be the sun. Interesting. You would think in game testing they would have seen that and either moved the sun or in some other way just not had it super bright. This place looks more damaged than we left it.
It's an ambush! Get 'em hot!
Wait a minute, wait. I don't think they're a threat. They may only be residual hauntings.
I think Ray is right. They haven't crossed entirely into this dimension. They're just psychokinetic echoes. Ghosts of ghosts. Completely harmless.
Great. I was hoping to meet a friendly ghost someday, but I'll settle for harmless right now.
I'm getting a strong valence spike higher up in the building.
Kind of
This is
get
Sedgewick's
bumped
called
by
the
him
12th
too.
floor. Let's start there.
Interesting. Now I assume there's going to be other collectibles to collect.
Come on, let's go!
No. Of course I'm not going to go. I have to get these other collectibles. Look at this. Disco pants. I could slime that, I guess.
Keep moving, sport.
No real reason. It's like ice. Yeah, Ghostbusters just can't be a scary game, though. Your job is to bust ghosts. You assume in the title that you know ghosts exist and know how to deal with them at least somewhat. And I'm glad, very glad it's not really a scary game. This is the movies, the shows,
Come on, let's go!
frankly, probably wouldn't even scare a 10-year-old. You could probably go a little younger than that and scare people, scare some younger kids, but yeah, I'm enjoying what we're seeing here.
Nothing.
They'd have shut down the power when they closed.
Can we take the stairs?
Well, we can try climbing, but the last time we were here, a level 3 animator took out the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah, that's right. Forgot you weren't here last time, Winston. So no stairs, no elevators. Did you hear something?
Over there. Come on.
So,
I think we're dealing with a level 5 anchored ambusher. Be careful.
It went into the stairwell. We've got it cornered.
Help! This is just how a level 5 anchored ambusher lures you in.
so one of the things we can tell here is that they plan to reskin
Manager,
certain
what are you doing
areas.
here?
Ghosts, monsters, everywhere.
There was another voice. A woman screamed. Are you alone in here?
Look, I just said ghosts and monsters everywhere. Does that sound like I'm alone?
He meant people.
Then yes, I think so.
Well, I guess that explains it.
Sir, there's no need to fear. These are just shadows, echoes of actual ghosts. They can't hurt you.
Come with us, sir. We can lead you to safety.
So the manager is the one screaming for help. And we're back into a cutscene. A Black Widow.
God,
Someone you know?
I don't know. Most of the old staff knows the story of the Spider Witch, a professional widow who did unimaginable things in a room on the 12th floor back in the 1920s.
What are you still doing here? Why didn't you evacuate with everyone else?
I came back last night to retrieve some payroll records, but the hotel won't let me out. The door's shut on me, and the phones are down too.
That means we're trapped now, too. And we have to hope that Peter figures out we're missing. There goes a weekend.
Not necessarily. The 12th floor is apparently the core of this node. If we can get the power back on, we can take the elevators.
If the elevators don't eat us.
Yes, if the elevators don't eat us.
Where are the circuit breakers for this place? We don't have a lot of time.
Breakers. In my office. But the city came and turned off most of our power after the electrical fire on the 3rd floor. There's no way to turn it back on from
That's
here.
inconvenient.
We've got to find some way to get the elevators moving.
There's a backup generator in the utility room, off the kitchen. It's for emergency blackouts.
Perfect. Let's give it a try. To the kitchen.
So notice how, like, when I look directly at these ghosts, they disappear, and that you can only see them on the edge. I don't know why they chose to do that. It seems weird. You can only look at them directly in PKE mode. See, this level also feels like they're just giving us a random side quest that doesn't really tie into the main story. I guess you could do that
Watch out!
for Ghostbusters. You could do episodic Ghostbuster games where you fight different ghosts and they write different stories as to who the ghosts are and what they did, and of course they'd always be bad guys or bad girls in this case. Looks like we've got another. I can't avoid hitting these people. The layout here is actually kind of bad
Blasted, sorry behind.
for a fight.
Oh! Incoming! Ow!
Fighting different types of bad guys. They're flying around like crazy.
Whew. That's gonna bruise.
I guess some of them apparently fulminate to this plane. That doesn't seem like they're happy.
Right. Now, let's find that backup generator.
The kitchen. Is it through here?
Yes, just down the hall.
it's played out a little too much that you have to have them yell like a girl in fear 3 times in a row, but still kind of funny.
Hello? Anyone there?
All right, guys, spread out. The utility room should be around here somewhere.
In some dark, scary corner.
I know I've
Something's
said this
here.
before. Be careful. Don't think we're alone.
Come on. Move that. Cursed microwave. Things are floating again. It actually does take some work to program things to float. It's not a natural thing that all video games have as a default value, just to have things floating up and down and spinning.
This place is wrecked. Did you and Binkman do all this when you were chasing Slimer?
No, this is a lot worse than they left it. This is the work of something big.
When you say big, do you mean big, big?
Mm-hmm. At the very least. Maybe even bigger.
That sounds pretty big. The manager said there was a generator room around here somewhere. Look for a door.
One of the things to point out here too is the PKE
It has to be
meter.
around here somewhere.
It's kind of
Keep an eye out
treated
for the
like it's a
sign.
touch screen, but in the Ghostbuster movies it would simply be a standard LED or light bulb even machine. The technology for touchscreens and cell phones certainly didn't exist.
Look, Cadet found the emergency generator.
Look around for a switch or something to start it up.
What's it
Well.
look like?
Probably like a switch, or something that would start up a generator.
All right, Egon, but you should know I'm keeping score.
What did I say?
There's a lot of water on the floor. Watch out for static discharge when you activate the generator.
You mean to say he could be electrocuted after the power's back on?
Could happen. Outside chance.
Looking all over here, running around. I think, oh, I can run a little bit. If I hold down the B button, you can go into run mode. Interesting. Did they ever even explain that to me? Let's move on. Just interact with this. Kick that gate open. We don't want to electrocute ourselves or anyone else, except for maybe a ghost.
Ah, sweet music.
I'd recommend not stepping in that water.
That sounds like an excellent recommendation.
Looks like that power cable is causing all the trouble.
Get it out of the water then.
Alright.
I know this much. We're trapped down here like rats until that cable's out of the water.
How about some slime tethering?
Okay, slime tether it. So now I gotta kind of hurry, because I don't want it to fall down and electrocute
Come on,
me.
kid.
The elevators should be working, unless something... Never mind, let's get back to the lobby.
I love the little rats. Did I just step on a rat? I don't think so. I don't think that would be an opportunity, something you could do.
What's that smell?
Over there. Come on.
Yeah, now we come back into
Look
this area.
out, it's the late shift.
Yeah, but this is just for help. Where's the boss? I can't believe I just said that out loud.
I know that guy. It's the masked poisoner, Chef DeForest. So nobody eat anything in here, even if you're really hungry.
I'm about to swallow my own tongue, Ray. Will that be okay?
We got him scanned. Let's get this guy. Come on, ghost.
Aim high!
Ow! They're bringing some thunder.
Where'd the other guy
There's a
go?
new one. On your left.
Run! close one.
Look behind you.
You've got it on the run.
To the right.
Making sure I scan everything before I get in here. I get knocked down again.
You got it.
You're asking for it, hotshot. Find some cover.
Ow.
Nice work.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Uh-oh. Behind you.
It's moving again.
Incoming.
There we go. That's one of them.
Above you.
Oh, come on. I'm getting hit so much.
You don't want to cross the stream, but I'm speaking from experience.
They talk about crossing the streams way too much. Because
It's a whole bunch of them.
I know it's a reference, and I get the reference and all, but
Way to go, Greenhorn.
go down.
Keep fighting.
Go. Cadets got you. Move.
Up high.
Where's the other guys?
Here they come.
That's it. I strongly advise against crossing the stream.
Just missed me.
Maybe I'm getting knocked back because I am crossing the streams.
Find some shelter, quick. Aim high.
Hold tight.
Getting these ghosts to move forward or backwards
Need some help here.
is the problem. Moving them left or right works fine, but forward towards you and forward away from you
Keep it coming.
is, you just don't have any real control over that.
Hey, man, take it easy.
I'm just gonna throw a new trap this way.
Above you. Easy there. Almost crossed the stream.
It's a whole swarm.
Come on,
What's your aim?
get it down, get it down.
Wait a minute.
Well, look what the new kid dragged in. Wow!
Check your aim.
Find some cover.
Ooh, that sparks.
Yeah, this area is not open enough.
Here they come.
I've got him in the stream.
Take it apart.
And it does take like 2 people at least to trap every ghost. It's amazing that these are AI people and they're still managing to get them caught at all,
On the right.
considering how bad the AI programming can be at times.
That's a good start.
Oh! Man! All yours. All right.
Got him.
Kitchen is clean. Let's get back to the elevator.
So is there a real reason to wander around in PKE mode for what is probably a 3rd or 4th time? I don't think so. They'll start running when I run. So you could make this a running gunner. I don't think you'd have very much fun with it if you did. They do a good job in which you never get just stuck in an area and having to investigate very much.
Okay, it looks like the psychomass has come to rest about 190 feet above our heads.
The 13th floor.
This hotel has no 13th floor. None of the grand old hotels do.
Man's got a strong argument.
We'll split the difference. Egon, you and the Tenderfoot go to the 12th floor. Winston and I will check out the 14th. Sir, if you'll please come with us.
Fine, but stay in contact. This place is extraordinarily dangerous.
Looks like there's something back behind there.
See what's here.
Here we go. So some buildings actually have a actual 13th floor they skip. A lot of buildings just call the 13th floor the 14th floor and skip the number. Let's see, how do we activate the elevator? We wait for Winston to push the button, then we get in.
Well, let's see what's on the 12th floor.
Almost feels like you'd have an option to take different paths there, but I don't believe that's the case. There's some stuff you could certainly get ambitious about. You could try to have split paths, have us come to the hotel several times to capture several ghosts.
New ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would
Think
get
of the mandala
repetitive,
as a city bus
though.
At the bus station, ghosts or waiting passengers are drawn into the system here and trapped. This concentrates their PK energy, which is then eventually forced through to the next node or station, and so on until it all ends at a final terminus. At each successive bus station, the station manager absorbs some of the energy. This makes the station manager, or node guardian, stronger so that it can keep the ghosts in line and destroy anyone who comes to the station to interfere with the flow. These nodes, or bus stations, gather the power used to feed a central point, thus creating a much bigger threat to our world. Does that make more sense now?
TTTC, Totally Trapped Transit Company.
Yeah, you were going strong right up until the passengers got trapped inside the bus station.
When is my performance review again? I deserve more stock options.
I say, young lady, you are full of surprises. After you, my dear.
Well, that was terrifying. Be extremely careful. This is likely to be a point of dangerous concentration.
There is something that could be said about being a silent protagonist and then not having the options of choosing my character's appearance.
It's coming from everywhere.
I think if you're gonna
Impossible
not
to get a significant fix. Ray,
not have me say any dialogue, it's really easy to allow me to change my face and my
we had a
appearance.
close contact.
I've got
Gender,
some more
too.
information on the Spider Witch ghost. Manager says authorities never found her, but
The bodies were hung from the ceiling. They were drained of blood and dragged around.
he says the victims were found in a pretty bad state.
The walls were painted in blood. Furniture was half chewed and crushed and piled in a corner like a giant nest.
She seems to have vandalized the room badly, too.
I don't want to be hung from a ceiling and drained of blood.
I'll tell you this much, I do not want to be found in a bad state or vandalized.
I think that sentiment is unanimous.
Come on.
So all of a sudden we can get in rooms now. So they've expanded. A phantom toilet. What does it look like when it's off? Filthy toilet. Scary toilet.
We need to find another way out of here.
So it's getting a little bit more detailed.
Are you ready?
Feels like they reused the hotel sort of because this game is kind of short, but it works alright. I wish they could take a more ambitious, more powerful, bigger video game company had made a sequel to this, or makes a sequel to it. You still could, certainly.
Ray, come in.
What was that?
What's up?
What was the Spider Witch's room number?
1221. After her spree, it was locked up. Until about 5 years ago when we remodeled.
Hear that? Room 1221. I think that... Hey!
Come on.
Have to work my way around them. Can't go up here. Can't go down here. It would be nice too if they like put some famous,
Excellent. It's in the spirit guide now.
like famous New York locations and haunted them.
We're not alone in
I wonder if you could get away with that, or you might get sued. I don't think you could get sued, really, if you took, like, Times Square and just had it completely haunted, or one police precinct and have that be haunted. Particularly public places. Central Park.
This floor is undergoing significant metamorphosis. Ghost World is aggressively encroaching on ours. It's not even utilizing a portal. This is very bad.
We can see those spider eggs are hatching. So it's weird too how their spirits kind of become the embodiment of how they think.
Goodness, we hardly know each other. What? What are you? No! Help! No, please. No!
That didn't sound good.
It's the Ghost World crossing through, happening sooner than we expected. It looks like this is where the node is focused. We could use some help. Ray, are you there? Come in, Ray. Looks like it's up to us. Let's find 1221 and finish this.
So she was a spider, a Black Widow who would kill men, and she, because she was a Black Widow and knew she was, she then turned into an actual Black Widow as a ghost. That's like interesting and kind of imaginative. It allows you to stay within canon and do anything you want. So if we want us to fight a giant spider, no big deal. We can see these are just full-on barriers. They don't change, or you can't slime them down.
It's a whole swarm. Run! Oh. Keep moving.
Let's go back to scan mode. Probably shouldn't be in scan mode. It's like humans.
Get out of here. Oh.
Which way are we going? This way?
1220.
Or this way?
1222. No 1221. Where is it? 1221 has to be here. Never trust the naked eye in this work. I'm sure it's here, even if we can't see it.
Is that the room? Let's see. 1220.
Take a scan, see what you find.
It's right there. So if we know that's the room, then let's run this way.
Remember, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it isn't here.
Wasn't there a doorway over here? Yes. But there's nothing in here. It's just a little monster closet. Closets where monsters spawn. Alright, so let's run back this way.
Which way?
That's kind of cool that you said which way.
Hit it with slime! Good thinking. It was here all along.
Here we go.
Well, this looks inviting.
One would assume she didn't do any of
Like the look
these
of this, but we've run out
types
of
of things as when she was alive. This is just the ghost version of her murderous activities. Let's see. Is she over here? I think she is. These pre-rendered cutscenes are kind of low res. That's always a problem with old games. Gets worse and worse as time goes forward. Easy to make a remaster or a patch to fix it though. If you still have the original assets and can re-render. I go back and forth between pre-rendered assets and in-game cutscenes. I think in-game cutscenes are probably better, but they always look worse. They're better over time, but they look worse usually than what you could get initially. Because it's a lot of work to program a character to bend over in odd ways and look around, like we just saw them bending over looking around this Spider Queen's lair. And it's way easier just to have in a in-game cutscene to have the characters stand around and not do too much or say just talk. What was that I just almost saw? Did something skitter in front of me? Where is she? Let's see. Are there gonna be any collectibles in an area like this, or is this just one big fight? It's probably one big fight area. Where are you, ghost? Technically still ghost. This way. Got it. So, here's the Black Widow. Oops. Shooting Ray.
To the right.
Wearing her down. Let's.
It's growing stronger. Don't let it power up.
Where's it go?
Blasted.
Where'd he go? Once I paint it with this, I can hit it from far away. If I just find the spider witch and interrupt her feeding. Where is she feeding? Come on, where are you?
Multiple contacts.
Spiders. Did I scan these guys? I think I did.
Run!
There she is.
Gotta find some cover.
Seems like you almost have a constant stasis you can hit them with now.
Get out of here.
Got her. No catcher in here.
Look, the mandala map. Ray, Winston, come in. You there?
Egon, what happened? You all right?
Their crew found the 13th floor and we shut it down. PKE levels are back to acceptable parameters. This node of the mandala is fully neutronized.
All right. Where are you? We went back down to the 12th floor and couldn't find anything. Everything seems pretty normal.
Looks like we're back in the Ruby Ballroom. We'll meet you at Ecto 1.
So no opportunity to look around here.
Why are we driving aimlessly in the fog?
The final node, Beckman. Close it, and we seal the mandala, trapping the ghosts inside.
Sorry to break this to you, Egon, but I just don't see a mandala.
You were saying?
Quick jump here.
It's here.
Quick jump to the next level. Didn't give it any warning whatsoever. And that was a pretty short level too.
Ecto 8 sinks, we're sunk too.
Ray, since you're the most excited about going to Ghost Island, why don't I just take the boat? I thought I was making a nice gesture. You're giving me the suspicious look. Drop it instantly. Let's get going, because nobody enjoys rushing headlong towards their death more than this fella.
So yeah, pretty short level going back to the hotel.
Behind this place, Egon.
The Shandors owned this island for generations. The castle was built in the 1860s. Ivo Shandor used it as a refuge, a lab, and a temple for he and other cult members to worship Gozer.
Okay, that's all well and good. But can someone explain to me how an entire island sinks?
The night the last Shandor died, there was a huge tidal surge, and the river just swallowed the island whole. Shandor consecrated the island to Gozer, and the ghost world reclaimed it.
City's lucky it's in the middle of the river instead of Rockefeller Center.
We're lucky now, but soon the ghost world will continue to assert itself into ours, and the damage will be incalculable.
Just another screwed up day at the office.
So interesting. We just didn't defeated, who was it? It was the Black Widow ghost. Who did we get a scan of it? I think we did. Possessed ghost, spider crawler, and spider witch is what they call it. Okay, cool. So short level going back. It's not really surprising since we'd already been at the hotel once that they would do that. It's very possible that at one point at least they were going to have us do everything at the hotel in just one run, but that was probably too long. In fact, there's enough in the hotel and the rest of the game is so short, it wouldn't even really surprise me if at one point they thought about just having the entire game take place in the hotel. Which you could do if you were going to give us several floors of haunted ghost activity that you would have to work your way from like the lobby all the way to the top. It would be kind of repetitive in the art style, definitely, but you could probably do it. Let's see what our career overview says. We've been playing 4 hours and 16 minutes according to this, and we're closer than you would think. Maybe another 2 hours at most, and we'll be done with the game. Financial records here are adding up, and are causing a lot of damage. Medical records are not particularly great. I'm glad it's not keeping account of the times I've I've been knocked down, but it is keeping count of the total damage I've been taking. And then our battle combat performance, I guess this is somewhat helpful. And again, this might very well be an achievement that was on the Xbox 360 thing of firing each weapon a certain number of times. You can see the tether gun has only been fired 25 times, and the Meson collider has only been fired 35, but the overload pulse has been fired 281, so there's a big difference there. And nothing else. So that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.